Hi, welcome again. It's been a while, you can tell from the beard, bit of isolation, but there we go. So in these funny sort of times, we're going to do like a tag team, me and Ben today. So I'll do one bit first and then Ben will do the other bit later. What we're going to talk about today is speed and acceleration. Really important factors when you putt, especially in the winter when you're coming on greens that are slow, wet, not being cut, or even whatever, you can lose your stroke really easily. When you get back out there in April, May, when the greens get decent, all of a sudden you've lost your stroke and you're struggling. So we're going to do a couple of winter drills for you to be able to keep your sort of stroke in some sort of what I'd call boundary or some bandwidth of control. We see a lot of people when they come into the lab. This surface is the Huxley Tour surface. It runs about 10 and a bit, 10.2. And they hit a putt from 15, 18 feet and crack into the backboard. It goes like a driver. And you go, wow, where are you playing? You know, but they say, well, it's slow out there, so I'm just getting a bit wacky on it, getting a bit hit on it. And that's really dangerous because then you're losing control of the impact ratio, and then how you control the speed will determine how you read the putt. Another big question we always get, especially when you fit, if you like, and this is where this sort of transfers over, is what ball should I use? Biggest question we get, what ball do I use? And you'll see a lot of the usual suspects like Pro V1, TP5, Bridgestone's making a comeback, Strixon Softfield, 83.3, Z-Star, whatever, right? Loads of balls out there. The question is, what ball suits you with the driver, but may not suit you with a putter, okay? So if you go to a firmer, less spinny ball with the driver, you might get 10 yards out of it, right? That's good to have that, but when you putt with it, you're hopeless. So one of the most delicate things to sort of, if you like, nitroglycerin to touch is golf ball. If you can't putt with it and you can't control the speed and the reads, then that 10 yards that you get in the driver is irrelevant because you can't putt for toffee. It's no good hitting it 10 yards further and having 37 putts. Not a great place to be, that. So we're going to do a little study today. Ben's going to hit, because Ben's better at this than me in terms of the control and the speed. So Ben's going to hit a few different putts at the end and show you through the summary which ball is given, to say, an impact ratio higher or lower. Now that might suit you with that slightly clickier one, or you might want it to be more soft and squidgy, right? Now, on the proviso, the putter face suits you. Okay, so there's a massive thing going about groove technology, inserts, materials, so it's all got to be factored in as part of the equation. But what we're going to show you today is some speed drills at home that you can just do really simple. Now, this is genius, very simple. It's a 40-inch ruler, okay, whatever ruler you want to use. So half a 40, folks, 20. Put it on the floor, put the ball at 20. Now, these two poker chips can be £2 coins, it can be whatever you want to be, right? So if you go 15 back and 15 forward, right, and then you're just going to hit a putt, and all you're trying to feel is a constant speed, not accelerating, not deaccelerating. You're just trying to feel the club goes back to the 15 and stop at the 15. Don't hit it, don't try and crack it, just softly. And just get the thing of the stroke being tempoed. Now, this magic word tempo, it's a bit of a coverall. Oh, that guy's got a lovely tempo. What does tempo actually mean? Well, it just means that the putter is swinging backwards and forwards like a beat. Now, they reckon that between 70 to 85, 90 is a good tempo for a putt. Now, that would depend on how far it's going, right? If you've got a short one and you've got a long, slow one, that's not probably so good. You actually probably want a little bit of a quicker tempo. So the tempo does change on the length of the putt. It's no good having a short tempo for a long putt, is it? Because we've just given it a smash and we've got no idea how far it's gone. So the tempo on a longer putt will be a little bit smoother than a short one. Okay? So not all tempos are the same. So when you have a tempo, the idea is to try and find your tempo and mess around with stuff. Get a metronome on the app, on the phone, and just set it at different beats per minute and see which one gives you that optimized sort of like feel and roll. Now, if you want to sort of just reduce it down a little bit, just take it in 5 and just keep it 50-50. Now, in a perfect world, it's 55-45. We know that from the Quintic lab, that by doing the 55-45, you get the perfect constant speed. If you flip that and go 45, 55, like we were told in our PGA, it was 1/3, 2/3 all those years ago, that doesn't work. That actually gives you quite a strong acceleration, and it makes you hit the putt far too hard. So your speed control becomes, shall we say, erratic. Now, that is a really simple thing you can work on in the winter, just to sort of keep you in balance. Now, when you go and play, obviously, it's winter golf, it is what it is. But just try and feel you keep some sort of resemblance of your stroke together, because you can lose it in the winter really quick on those slow greens, and you get a bit hitty on it, and it just becomes a bit of a car crash, really. So work on that drill, use a ruler, poker chips, metronome on the app, and just get a feel for it and see which, and this is really important, this is where it becomes very individualistic. Which is your optimized beats per minute? Is it 82? Is it 88? Is it 78? Find which is good for you and just literally work to that beat, okay? Especially for the sort of 15, 20 footers. Which one gives you that, oh, that feels really good there, and that is your beat, okay? So work on that, and then we'll talk about putters in a minute, but Ben will do some stuff on the Quintic Lab with the impact ratios. Okay, so this is Ben's putt. Now, it's not his putter because he didn't have it with him, so it's just a similar one. It's a Spider FCB. But if you look here, Ben's done the drills in terms of the speed, the ratios, and the short to long in terms of 50-50, and then obviously then what would be the PGA old school 1/3, 2/3. So you can see here the clubhead speed 3.5, 3.4, 4 and a bit. But you can see how the ball speeds really do jump when he has the acceleration or the impact ratio at 1.76, the ball speed 7.5. Now that's out of control because you can see from the launch angles this putter's got too much loft. Some of you out there are going to have this problem. This putter's got a lot of loft on it, so that ball's launching like a chip. Now if that speed goes up, guess what happens to the carry distance? That goes up. So then if the ball's flying further, then guess what? Your roll line and your whole situation is going to change here, and your zero skids become completely out of whack. So that's really why this is so important, to be able to control the speed and the tempo of the stroke, so you can control the distance, the breaking points and stuff like that. And these drills are brilliant at just keeping you in that bandwidth, like I said. So control the ball speed, control the launch, control the spin, you've got a chance before you even start looking at how it breaks. So that's how you can work around. You can see Ben's twists are pretty low. That's pretty decent. But that's the big thing here: clubhead speed, ball speed, impact ratio. We're just working on that.